versus Super Reaction Bros. I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And on today's episode, we're taking a look at the new
Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep movie.
You didn't let me finish. I wasn't going to say that.
Well, guess what? It stars them too.
The potential Oscar baity movie starring Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep called The Post.
Also directed by Steven Spielberg.
Exactly.
This film is more like a biographical pretty much type of film where it follows Meryl Streep plays one of the first like leading journalists, female journalists, pretty much for a newspaper company. I think it was like the Washington Post, and they're competing against the New York Times, and they're trying to get this big scoop and that's really going to launch and get people's notice. But like I said, if it's not the Washington Post, we'll find out in the trailer. But that's what it's based around, pretty much. Them, where it's her and this other editor, Tom Hanks, who are teaming up to work together on this. So, again, like you said, it feels like it's an Oscar baity type of film. So let's just dive right into this and see if it has that potential. So here we go for the official trailer for The Post.
So, can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Oh dear, I don't like hypothetical questions.
Well, I don't think you're going to like the real one either.
Do you have the papers?
Not yet.
This is a devastating security breach that was leaked out of the Pentagon. The most highly classified documents of the war.
The Times had 7,000 pages detailing how the White House has been lying about the Vietnam War for 30 years. The way they lied, those days have to be over.
Okay, people are concerned about having a woman in charge of the paper. That she doesn't have the resolve to make the tough choices.
Thank you, Arthur, for your frankness.
Let's do our jobs. Find those pages.
You're talking about exposing years of government secrets. Is that legal?
What is it you think we do here for a living, kid?
Well, I might have something.
It must be precious cargo.
It's just government secrets.
The New York Times was barred from publishing any more classified documents dealing with the Vietnam War.
If you publish, we'll be at the Supreme Court next week.
Meaning?
Well, we could all go to prison.
To make this decision, to risk her fortune and the company that's been her entire life, well, I think that's brave.
If the government wins, the Washington Post will cease to exist.
If we don't hold them accountable, who will?
We can't hold them accountable if we don't have a newspaper.
Nixon will muster the full power of the presidency, and if there's a way to destroy you, God, he'll find it.
I'm asking your advice, Bob, not your permission.
But you can't do this. The legacy of the company is at stake.
What will happen if we don't publish? We will lose. The country will lose. What are you going to do, Mrs. Graham?
Looks good. I see what they said. A lot of them everywhere. January 12th. I see what they're saying. It is very Oscar baity, pretty much. You could feel it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a good movie. It looks like a lot of good performances from all around from the entire cast.
Yeah, it was during a time when pretty much it was just like the government was, taking charge for a lot of things, and again, it was like the power of the people pretty much need to hear the voice.
And it's not. And what's interesting is it's about two different subjects. It's about Meryl Streep. Like
one of the first female-led type of.
One of the first females to ever lead like a newspaper organization.
Yeah.
Having on top of that, Tom Hanks getting the whole Pentagon Papers.
Again, trying to get it out there to the people while just finding out the New York Times is being barred from.
And so now overall, this is a test for her to see if she can do what seems impossible. And prove that the people need to know what happened.
They need to know the truth, pretty much, of what really happened, pretty much, for the war. And
fight for not only herself but for the company she works for.
For Washington.
Because if she doesn't win this Supreme Court case, they're done.
They're done. Like they said, the Washington Post it'll be just a scribble, pretty much.
Yeah, I think overall it looks like a very I feel like I'm being opinion on this, but I think it looks like a very powerful like movie. Just getting the message out there for any form of journalist.
Yeah, for a lot of journalists, no matter what type of journalist, whether it's video game like what you're going into, or even the new, the political or anything like that. Yeah. It's like it's showing that pretty much people need to know the truth.
Yeah, from what I've learned, First Amendment is the freedom of speech, but you also gotta remember there's so much more to the First Amendment than what we read. Like, you can't get away with everything.
Yeah.
Because you can't get away with saying anything and everything just because of the First Amendment. There are certain things you gotta be careful of.
Exactly.
And, this was them trying, freedom of press essentially, them trying to speak out towards what they found. And taking the biggest risk you ever take and shut down was widely considered one of the most well-known newspapers in the country.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I think, we still have Washington Post around, right?
Yeah, we stay. Of course, they're still around.
Yeah, so you just see where they go with it, since it's a based true story. Plus it's Steven Spielberg. I mean, I really enjoyed Lincoln. He's doing Ready Player One. If we're going to get into our favorite subject, he's doing Ready Player One. I can't wait for that. He's a very well-known director. I think I still need to see that documentary HBO did.
Yeah, I still have to watch that. I actually think I have that. I have that downloaded.
I heard it was a very intriguing look into his life.
Yeah. And
I really want to check that out. But overall, this looks good. Yeah, it's Oscar baity as usual, considering around this season. But you know what? It looks good. I mean, most Oscar bait stuff usually is pretty good. Sometimes the story will be not great, but the acting performances will get very widely known recognitions, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So overall, if you're a fan of Spielberg's work, this is something probably check a look at. I don't know if he's done a lot of I don't think he's done a lot of true story biopics. Did he do War Horse? War Horse, that one with Tom Hiddleston that talks about the horse and stuff. Not Black Beauty, but no, War Horse, the one about the horse.
I think he did that one. I believe he did that one.
I don't know. I've not known him to do a lot of true story movies, like stuff based on true story, like biopics essentially. Yeah. So it's always interesting to see where he takes something when he's not. It's less about the mind of his world of fantasy mixed with reality, and more grounded in the reality of today's modern world, or the modern world back then.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a lot. So, you have anything else?
No, that's about it.
Yeah, so it comes out
December 22nd.
Oh no, select theaters December 22nd.
Yeah.
Fully gets released in January. So
January 12th. Yeah.
Yeah. So other than that, though, if you're new to the channel, you get the like button. If you want to talk more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share it around, and if you like it's just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about Spielberg in general, hit that subscribe button down below. And if you're also on mobile, hit that bell icon.
Yeah, and just let us know what your thoughts are. If you pretty much if you're up there, let me reword this. If you pretty much were around when this was happening, what were your thoughts on it? About what side were you taking, the government or the Post or anything like that? Because
if you've read about it, or
if you read about it, that's what I'm trying to get to. If you read about it, maybe probably for school or anything like that. What are your thoughts on this overall of how it went down, how everything happened? Just let us know in the comments down below. Even then, overall, pretty much other, if you loved, other Steven Spielberg biographical, pretty much, based on actual events or actual things. Let us know what your thoughts are on those. But just let us know what you thought for this trailer, for the cast as well. And let us know what you thought as well to our reaction to this and pretty much what we had just stated. So definitely let us know in the comments below, and thank you for watching.
So until next time, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And that was a very Spielberg-filled episode of SRB.
See ya.
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to see any more of our videos, check out the playlist links down below in the description.
And you can also check out our Twitter account pretty much down below at Super React Bros.